Hi students, welcome back. Happy Monday. It's Miss Banks again. Glad you could make it for our group. What I'd like you to do is just to double check and make sure that you have all of your words cut up and you're ready to go. Make sure you have a pencil. If not, push pause and go get those things and come on back. All right, now we're ready. Today's sort is going to be about some prefixes. Again, last week we worked on 4 prefixes: in, un, miss, and dis. This week we're going to work on 4 different prefixes. You have pre, for, post, and after. Now, the first 2 over here, pre and for, both of those mean before, something that's happened before. So I wrote before on the pre label and on the for label. Go ahead and do that with yours right now. Pre is something that means before, and for is something that means before. While you're writing that on there, I'm also going to mention that we have the dash that comes after each one of those chunks, because that lets us know the dash is where a word would come in. So we would have pre something or for something, and we'll look at some words that have those prefixes in a bit. The next 2 headings that I'd like you to pull out are the ones that say post and after. They both mean after. So on the word that says post, I want you to go ahead and write after. On the one that says after, I still want you to go ahead and write after. All right, now let's look at some words. We're going to be looking at things that we're going to be starting to sort. So I'm going to read some of your words. Here's a word, afterthought. Go ahead and read that after me, please. Afterthought. Good. We're going to put that in the column that starts with after, where that first chunk, the first part of the word is after. So we have afterthought. Okay, here's another one. Prepare. That one's going to go in the pre column. Another one. Forward. Okay, put that in the for column, F-O-R-E. Now, let's take a look at some of these words that we have up here so far. For forward, that word, because the for, the chunk in the beginning, F-O-R-E, is the prefix that means before. You find a forward in a book, at the very beginning of a book. It means basically the word that comes before, or before the word. And so if someone has written a book, an author, in the very beginning they usually write a page or maybe some information at the beginning that lets you know something that you need to know before you read the book. So this is before you read the book, before you read the words, then there's a section that you might need to read, and it's called forward. And that's why that word makes sense. Also, for afterthought, after means after, and thought being something that you think about. So this is after something's happened, you think about it. So a thought after something happens. So that's what afterthought means. So instead of thinking something before you went, then you might have a thought after something has happened. So think about those as you look at the prefixes. Okay. The next word, afternoon. That's going to go in the after column, and that means specifically after the noontime, okay? All right, let's go through some others here, okay? Post-test. Go ahead and repeat that after me. Good. Post means after. We're going to put that in the post and after column. And so this is a test that happens after you've taught it. So it's after you've learned everything, after you take the test, the after test. Okay? All right, let's keep sorting. Foretell. Where does that go? Under the for. Good. Post-season. Where does that go? Very good. In the post column. That means post, after the season. Okay? Postpone, where will that go? Good, in the post column. Prefix, where will that go? Excellent, in the pre column. All right, I'm not going to sort the rest of these with you right now, but I am going to go through the words so that you will know what everything says. So repeat after me as we continue reading through these words. Foreman. Good job. Next, predict. Aftertaste. Prehistoric. Forefathers. Precede. Post date. Foresight. Preposition. Now this word has a PRE at the beginning, and so we might say, because the first prefix we had says pre, but this does not get pronounced like preposition. It is called preposition. So some of the words that have prefixes with the three letters PRE, you have to see if you think that they're pronounced pre or pre. Most of them are pronounced pre, but there are some that are pronounced pre. And so we have to be careful about those. Preposition, okay, that's a word that comes before a position in speech. So it is before a position that happens. So for example, if I was going to say up the hill, the word up is the preposition because it comes before the rest of the phrase. So up the hill, in the house. So that's the word that comes before the position of the noun. Okay, preface. This is another one that has PRE, but we say pre instead of preface. This is preface, okay? All right. Afterward. Good. Pre-season. Something before the season. Forethought. It's a thought before. Pre-war. Before the war. And post-war. Post meaning after the war. So your job for the next few minutes is to take your words and sort them by the category, by their prefix. Does it go in the pre column? Does it go in the for column? Does it go in the post column or the after column? Also, I want you to try and think about what each word means while you're sorting it. Don't forget that I'd like for you to read the words as you put them in the appropriate column. Then, when you're finished, come on back and check. Good luck!